why are we so infatuated with talking about the worst part of us? Because a lot of times, man, the worst part of us are our biggest accomplishments, man. When you look at it, the average black person, we don't really have any accomplishments to speak of or to brag about. Growing up in single parent households that are dominated or ran by women, how that affects them growing up. You grow up without a strong male role model in your life, and you grew up around your mama, grandmama, great grandmama, your aunties and shit. It typically tends to feminize a motherfucker to where, and when I say feminize, I don't mean he turns into a sissy, confused. We getting all the murder and all the death and all the violence in our community mixed up with unbridled, unchaste, unrestrained masculinity. That shit that you see these niggas doing, these YNs doing, that's not unbridled masculinity. That shit is feminine behavior manifested in a male figure that can't be controlled.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy BT Scoop, and I'm back at y'all with another reaction video, man. Y'all see my guy Dawgface, he's sitting up here on Real Lyfe Street TV, man. Hey, and he dropped some knowledge today, bro. He really talking about the black male not having a father figure in their life growing up, which leads to anger issues, and the anger issues are built off of feminine ways. That's why they get in a rage and go out there and do all this switching and shooting and, you know what I'm saying, so much animosity and anger, because it's female tendencies, bro. They've been brought up by all females with no dad in the crib, man. But I'm not going to talk too much more, man. We going to dig right into this content, man. Shout out to my guy Dawgface. Make sure y'all go follow up on Dawgface and Real Lyfe Street Stars, man. Let's get into this content.
Why are we so infatuated with putting the worst parts of ourselves in, you know, like,
because we
highlighting
niggas.
It, bro?
We mean black people or
black people?
Because we niggas. And niggas have been trained to be self-destructive. That's a simple question. Black people have been trained to be self-destructive. We've been trained to be self-defeatist. We defeat our own selves. We defeat whatever listen, before we can even get started, we do things to self-sabotage our motherfucking self, right? On all aspects of our lives. So listen, we can always blame the white man for everything. And rightly so, because the white man is a wicked beast-ass nigga. The white man there's no worse creature on the face of this planet than white people. White people, they invented all manners of devilishment. White people, they invented murder. They also invented sissy shit, right? When you want to look at sissy shit, go back to the Greco-Roman Empire. They created by white people. White people created vampires and murder.
It's a hell of a combination, bro.
That's what.
Hey, is Dawgface speaking with validity right now? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. He's saying a whole lot of things right now. He say, you know, they created, you know, murder, gay stuff. I'm not going to say that S word because that's disrespectful to some people, man. But yeah, you know, that is it true or not? Dawgface letting it be known right now.
It is. That's what it is. So when it comes to why are we so infatuated with talking about the worst part of us? Because a lot of times, man, the worst part of us are our biggest accomplishments, man. When you look at it, the average black person, we don't really have any accomplishments to speak of or to brag about. And it's so easy. We glamorize the most. So listen, we glamorize money. And we glamorize what money can do. Most people who grew up in the ghetto, most black people grew up in poverty, in an urban environment. Most of us haven't seen or experienced success. All we know about money is that money is attached to something negative, right? We can't see going to college. We can't see going to college, getting a job, or going to a trade school, or being entrepreneurs. Most of the entrepreneurs that we know, they're street people. They in the street somehow, some way. So we look at it like that. So we attach.
Didn't graduate high school, ain't got the high school education, didn't go to college and things like that.
We attach success with money, and all we see in the urban environment is people trapping or people committing crimes for the most part to get that money. So that's what we glamorize. We glorify that shit. We have convinced ourselves that the worst.
That's what we see. That's all the black community see, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he's speaking straight facts. It's like a little box that, you know what I'm saying, we trapped in, and some people don't see outside of it, bro.
worst part of who we are as a people, the worst part of who we are the things that make us cool. When you look at black women who are not even strippers, they dress like, act like, sound like, talk like, live like strippers. We can't tell the strippers from a nurse nowadays because the nurses got tattoos on their neck, they doing hoe shit, they talking hoe shit, they online popping it like a hat. Go to any nurse that you know, and all you're gonna see when you go on her page, it ain't gonna be nothing about no medicine, nothing about advanced therapy, nothing about homeopathic therapy, nothing about none of that shit. You go to a nurse page, the first thing you're gonna see on that page is her ass turned towards the goddamn camera.
Man.
We live in a
With them, what they call them, with them struts, whatever they call them, scrubs, pants, you know, that's all they do. They get them a CNA or RNA badge and toot that booty in the camera.
whole culture. We live in we are so psychologically criminalized that we criticize motherfuckers trying to live a good, decent life. Like they squares, they lames and shit.
Right.
Right? You a square the bitch don't want no square lame ass nigga. A bitch don't want no nigga with no 401k, no IRA, no Roth account.
None
a
of that.
bitch want a nigga on his way to the penitentiary or the graveyard.
I just seen there was a viral clip that went around and the girl was saying the good guy doesn't have the aesthetic that she likes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't dress the way she likes. They don't. And then the guy in the comment was like, well, don't come back later and get mad when that same dude get the cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like the catch 22.
So it's an imbalance, right? And like I said before on the previous episode, we always talk about how black boys growing up in single parent households that are dominated or ran by women, how that affects them growing up. You grow up without a strong male role model in your life, and you grew up around your mama, grandmama, great grandmama, your aunties and shit. It typically tends to feminize him to where, and when I say feminize, I don't mean he turns into a sissy, but a lot of, we're confusing masculinity with estrogen. A lot of these are not operating in a masculine space. We get that shit confused. We getting all the murder and all the death and all the violence in our community mixed up with unbridled, unchaste, unrestrained masculinity. That shit that you see these niggas doing, these YNs doing, that's not unbridled masculinity. That shit is feminine behavior manifested in a male figure that can't be controlled.
And ain't taught how to control his emotions. Can tell them a joke, ain't have the father figure in their life, man. 9 times out of 10, these guys out here that's doing all this switching and things like that, look at the statistics, bro. Probably 7 out of the 10 does not have a father figure in their household to help them figure out how, you know what I'm saying? Basically just something to look at, you know what I'm saying? Control emotion, you know what I'm saying? Let's check that out.
So you have men, instead of acting like men, you have young boys who grew up acting like bitches. When you have a man who grows up surrounded by women, then that creates an imbalance. That's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
So when you have a man who grows up with no male training whatsoever, then all you're gonna get is a bitch nigga. You hear me? Men who grow up, young boys who grow up without any male role models whatsoever, good, bad, or ugly. Yeah. All you gonna get is a nigga who act like a sissy. Young Thug is a gay, he's a sissy that kid. That's why we got niggas wearing dresses and shoot you at the same time. That's a sissy. That's called a gangster sissy. All these, listen, so we talk about how it affects young black boys who grew up in single parent households, but we never talk about how young girls who grew up in single parent households with no man, how does growing up in a household absent of a man there, how does that affect young black women, right? So we have a young lady she's 20. Yeah. Her mama 36 because she had her at 16. Her mama is 52 because she had her at 16, right? So we got 16, 16, and 16. The 20-year-old girl got a 6-year-old baby because she had her at 14 years old. Ain't none of them got no goddamn man. So now we live in a situation where young women growing up in situations absent of men, period. So you got young girls who, when they get into an argument with their man, the first thing they do is give up on them, abandon them, or they go nuclear on niggas, start calling niggas bitches and hoes, right? So let me ask you a question. Black women say that men are feminine because they grew up in a household with all women.
Yeah.
So you act like a bitch, you act like your mama, grandmama. So when you, as a woman, there's a way for you to express your displeasure with something that the man does or says without you stepping into a role that men traditionally occupy with other men, right? If you dealing with a nigga who you already are saying is feminine because he grew up with his mama, no daddy, when you call him a bitch, when a man calls another man a bitch, that's fighting words. So when you call him a bitch, he not looking at you like you a nice, soft, cuddly motherfucker.
Yeah.
He looking at you because you're using the same language that men use with other men when it's a fight finna jump off.
And another thing too, dog, I'm gonna add on to this too. Right along with what Dawgface saying. Okay, say the lady has a boyfriend or a man that predominantly raised by straight women. So the lady, you should know what is going to trigger this man because he has straight female tendencies. So you get to screaming and hollering on a man and you know that's what women do. What you think that man gonna do because he was raised by a bunch of women? Scream too, or go to the extreme as a man with man, you know what I'm saying? With man, what you call a masculinity with the strength and the, you know what I'm saying? Physicalness type thing, bro. But let's keep it going, dog.
So when he slapped you in your motherfucking mouth, first thing you gonna say to him,
right.
Oh, you hitting a woman. No, bitch, because you have presented yourself and you stepped into the category of a man. So since you want to act like a man hoe, I'm gonna treat you like a hoe, a man.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of them niggas that say I don't hit no bitch. So you got some niggas say, oh, they trying to get a bitch by saying they don't hit no bitch. Nah, I'll back your bitch ass down, bitch. I'm gonna tell you 1 or 2 times.
Dawgface crazy. Hey, he kept it real, man. Not me. I ain't never hit a lady a day in my life, but my boy Dawg, he gonna keep it all the way blunt with you, bro. That's why he is the person he is and speak how he speak, because he gonna say a whole lot of things that guys don't want to say or afraid to say because of the consequences. But let's keep it going.
To relax, bitch. 1 or 2 times. And it all depends on whether I had breakfast or not. If I ain't had no breakfast, that's a meal of champions. If I ain't had no breakfast, bitch, I'm a bust in your shit, bitch. You know why? Because you acting like a man, bitch. I'm going to ask you nicely, bitch, back up off me with that shit. Listen, before a man, I don't give a fuck how fucked up he is. Before he hit a bitch, he tell the bitch, go on, hit on, bitch, with that shit. Go on. Go on. Walk away, everything. A bitch won't let you walk away. A bitch will walk behind you and step on the back of your heels, calling you bitches and hoes the whole time.
Yeah.
You want to be hit, bitch. I'm a firm believer to beat. Listen, I will beat a bitch ass. I don't give a fuck nothing about that shit.
But let me play devil's advocate because we also do see, like, a lot of times when a woman be peeping shit, bro. And they evaluate a lot of shit, bro. A lot of times they'll
These bitches
evaluate
ain't evaluating
shit.
nothing. These hoes ain't evaluating nothing.
Look, think about this, right? I done seen online where a woman would be like, man, you niggas would do all this shit for your partners, right? And won't do it for your family, right? And then when you really think about the shit, you be like, damn, niggas be overdoing it with they niggas, bro.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
No, man.
Come on, bro.
These
We see
niggas ain't
niggas
giving
that
their partners shit. Let's look at the rappers. Look at the rappers as an example. They got all these chains on, they got all these cars. Their homeboys fucked up and dirt pole and fucked up.
But we also see niggas that'll come and gift these niggas cars and the shit.
So listen,
they don't even do.
We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful by letting bitches define shit.
That's true.
Because of course a bitch gonna say that, right? Listen, they always want to criticize a black man. Listen, everything they say about us, they always examine or extract from us the most negative part about who we are as men. And they try to throw it in our face and weaponize it. Black women, they weaponize every negative or every perceived negativity about black men. They weaponize it and throw it back at us. Our biggest enemy, right, ain't the white man. Our biggest enemy is your biggest enemy ain't no hunky over there. Hunky ain't in no motherfucking Oak Cliff doing nothing unless he in the police car. Our biggest enemies in the black family dynamic is our women. Our women have been trained and conditioned to move and operate against us at all costs. They don't give us no motherfucking break. And all this whole shit about, well, y'all do more for y'all niggas than y'all do for a bitch. You bitches don't deserve nothing. You hoes ain't your grandmama. You hoes can't suck a dick, can't cook, can't clean. You want to go on Instagram, TikTok, bitch, you ain't
Now,
clean up the house.
Dawgface, now we're not finna
Man,
do that because
fuck
we
these
done
hoes.
all had the girl that can suck a dick and cook and clean and cheated on the bitch.
These hoes now these hoes.
That nigga laughing because he know it's real.
These
We done
hoes-
all, Dawgface, we done all had the good girl nigga and did her dirty as fuck.
Who?
We all did. We all had.
Where you getting them from? These hoes ain't shit.
We all done had them, bro.
These hoes
You
ain't
ain't never had the man
Listen,
say, I know
I've
niggas
had-
that we had the young
No.
nigga on the couch, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This was wild though. We had the young drill nigga on the couch. Now, I ain't gonna lie. This was kind of thrown. This is fucked up. I'm gonna tell you the story. Mind you, the nigga like 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking with a 40-year-old. The girl was cashing them out 15 grand at a time. 10 bands.
And
He
what
taking
happened?
the bread. So mind you, he's a young drill nigga, right? So he
drill. You mean like a rapper?
no,
or
he's
a YN?
yeah, he's a YN all the way, all the
okay.
way, back all the way. So he tried to get out the relationship. She called the laws on him. Nigga got a federal charge.
So she was well off and she was paying him, and he was sick of that hoe. Oh,
He was
yeah.
using her.
He was sick of that hoe.
Yeah, he's sick of her.
Yeah, just because a bitch got some money, that's just because a nigga got some money, a bitch will fuck a broke nigga and you taking pay. Listen, do you know how many? Listen, it's not about the money. It's about how you make a motherfucker feel.
Right.
Right? And so the average person would look at that and say, hey, look, young, this bitch taking care of you. Why are you trying to leave her? What the fuck is wrong with you? Right?
Right.
It's about, I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of how she makes me feel. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck what she gonna do for me. I'm sick. Human beings get sick and tired of shit. And I want to go back to black women. We always talk about how growing up in single parent households affects black men, but we never talk about how it affects black women. You have black women who've never seen their mother get into an argument with their father or a man and then back up off of it.
Right.
Nowadays, when women get into an argument with men, they go nuclear on a nigga. Your grandmama, she wasn't trying to, she was mad at your granddaddy. Lila Mae was mad at Robert Earl, but she wasn't trying to chase Robert Earl out the household, right? And then she knew how to talk to Robert Earl. Your granny wasn't calling Robert Earl no bitches and hoes in front of the whole house, if at all.
But who do we blame? Because a lot of that is because niggas was getting locked up, dying,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Or just being no good, ain't shit niggas.
Hey,
like,
listen.
so who do we really blame?
So
for
listen,
that?
when people say, well, who do we blame for the condition, the overall condition of black people?
Yeah.
We can go back to slavery. We can go back to the Jim Crow South. We can go back to Reconstructionism. We can go back to the welfare system. We can go back to the white. It can all.
All right, man, we gonna cut it right there, man. You already know we gonna get some more content off of this right here, man. We got my guy Dawgface, man. You know, he's saying, man, the women are the reason why black men are broke down the way they are, bro. And he say he'll go, you know, he do some things. Now, you know, I don't condone that type of stuff, but you heard my guy Dawgface, he just keeping it real. That's why where he at, bro. He doing his thing with on his YouTube stuff. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think though, man. Do y'all think women are the downfall of black men? You know what I'm saying? Our own women are the downfall of our own black men. Leave y'all thoughts in the comments. I know this gonna be a crazy one right here because of some of the comments that Dawgface made. So don't come at me about it. Just comment what you think, man. I don't know. Just keeping it real. We're going to call a baller, strike, the metaverse umpire. Hit that hype button and get your boy into the algorithm, man. Push this video out. I know this one going to jump. Y'all let me know what y'all think.